Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, and today I'm giving you my second video on the inmates of hell. And today we'll be talking about the most important villain, apparently, from Fire Force, Inca Kasugatani. I wonder, these last names on some of these villains in anime, are they always directly chosen by some kind of meaning to their character, or are they just random names that sort of relate to, or do they just like Google it and just put what you say it and then just put together and then bam, you have it? Because some of these last names are really fucking weird as all hell. But yeah, anyways, now, the reason I'm decided to talk about Inca today is because, well, one thing, Fire Force just ended, so I figured it makes sense that the next week afterwards, we focus on a Fire Force villain, and considering how much focus Inca has gotten in the last couple of chapters, it will be pretty weird once you actually look at her overview. But yeah, so I decided to focus on Inca today. Do not worry, next couple ones I feel like are gonna be far better than Inca, for God's sakes. But yeah. Anyways, let's start with the overview on Inca Kusakate. So Inca's start is I think around 100 chapters late when we have the fifth pillar arc, which is her technically. So in this arc, we first see her just kind of wandering around as she uses her pyrokinetic ability to see, well, there's gonna be a fire there, and she and her two, I guess, the fans or whatever you want to call them, uh, go there and they basically go to the fire site that's gonna about to happen. They save that person, and then they get that person's money, if they have enough. I feel like they just take whatever they want. Like it doesn't have a exact price. They just take how much they are offered. But yeah, that's what they do, and they are a bit of a problem. Like there are some people who think they start, but then there are some people who don't. But yeah, because that's basically what Inka has been does with her life. I'm honestly kind of surprised that she's the fit. They just now realize that she's a pillar. Maybe the whole pillar at big starts is like a bit more random. Although I guess Shinra is the fourth while Shu is the third, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, after their successful haul, they go to that whole mountain range, that place where it's a mountain you can see the city from. As Inca sees like a bunch of fires about to start, like I think there are like at least 8 or so signs of it. As then when all those burst into flame, she's like excited. But then Sharon shows up and wants to collect her since he's a pillar. Now the weird thing about Sharon is that like, he thinks that Inca is gonna be completely aware what the hell is going on, which is honestly one of my problems with that arc. Like, why would people know? Like, Inca is literally just random girl, well, random thug, while they're having this whole white clad Fire Force conflict thing. But anyways, in that this arc, she mostly is just a damsel kind of in distress. I mean, not really like the series, though. Oh, save me, but more like, all right, we have to capture her, tie her up, and then take her to the Nether. Shinra, no, I will stop you, kind of thing. So yeah, they have this, and she again, for the most part, is just kind of running around, then getting captured, then staying in place, and then basically the final point like the main point of the arc are mostly just Charon versus Shinra and the Infernals that are attacking the citizens. But yeah, so Inka is just kind of running at that point, and then when she gets captured, she has this like finally some characterization where we see her use her power of future sight when Charan and Shin are like, come join us. And she sees two possible futures. She sees the future where she takes Shinra's help, and that future she just, is doing normal stuff like sitting on a couch, reading a magazine, a peaceful, normal life. Then the future, the future with Charan, she sees herself in agony, having her arm ripped, her eye missing, which is actually parallel in the final arc where she actually is like burned in there. Now, granted, she's in a different outfit, so I'm curious if she saw the exact future or if it's just like she saw something that relates to it. So it's not very clear, in my opinion, what exactly it's going on. Or it's I'm guessing that they may have like a similar point in time or something. I don't. It's very vague. But Inca decides that she'll just go. Like, I'm not sure I don't remember how it was done in the manga, but in the anime, she just kind of turns around to the guys holding her, like, "Take me to the Nether. I'm going with you." So like they're literally holding her, and she's already like, "Oh, I'm going with you." And then Shinra is like, seriously, woman, this whole destruction, which the weird thing about the way Shino talks, at least in the anime, is make it sound like there was an option for her to like accept. Like Shino is I think Sean literally punches Shino in a little bit later, like, a few seconds later. So it's kind of weird how he talks like there's like an option. Like, sorry, even if she didn't want to, she would have went to the Nether in that point. The way I see it. But anyway, Sinner's a bit angry about how she just kind of accepted that whole white clan and all that. But luckily, Chao is there to beat him down to the ground. So yeah. Anyways, then Shinra says, "I'll come chasing after you." As she's like, "Yay! I don't want to be safe. I want to enjoy the feel of the fight, or not the feel of the fight, the feel of damage." Which is kind of funny how many times she just avoids damage. But yeah, anyways, they leave Charon and Inca. Then one of those guys one of her friends the ones who survived because Charon killed the other one, tries to kind of save him. But Inca has like this weird pyro start ability where she just has to like connect the lines and then you get burst into flame and the guy dies of burning asking why Inca, why? And then they just leave. Then the next time we see Inka is in the investigation of the Holy Church, where she just kind of reacts to Yuna being Raffles. So yeah, nothing much. And I also think she already has this design. Then the next time she properly appears is in the Hajima arc, where she is used to find a taco. No, that's mostly all she does, really. Like, she does make her presence known, and she is like on the ground, but she doesn't really like do much. She just kind of like does has a little bit of conversation between Charon and Ritsu, a little funny joke with uh, Ritsu being like, "You should stay safe. It's not safe here." And he goes like, "It's not safe where you're standing." And Ritsu just goes to Inca and then does the attack, and then gets excited a bit by the possibility of destruction. Like, that's mostly what she does, honestly. Just kind of gets excited for the possibility of destruction. And yeah, after the Natako is, the Chan decides that Natako is gonna stay in Hajima. She just kind of, she just leaves with no issues at all. Then the next time we see her is on, I think the arc that's gonna be right after the point where season 2 ended, where she's in the church with the rest of I'm guessing the rest of the major members of the White Clan, the Guardians of the Pillars, where she's there and she doesn't do much. She just kind of stands there, like kind of more like a symbol. Three pillars and their protectors are here. That's more or less what it is. She doesn't do. And even the arc itself later, I think she's just standing there and doesn't really do. I think she might have dodged a few, or maybe like she like makes like sends one attack in, but again, nothing major. And then disappears until like there's this whole final summon, the final prayer, where she honestly doesn't even do anything. Like, she's like when Shu's escaped, she's like, "Oh, hi Shu. Oh, luckily you're the same old grump. Oh, Hamia, she's in the room, but nothing. She doesn't do anything." Then what the actual prayer is, she just kind of stands there and waits for everyone to stop their praying. Which I think she's like the only one who stops their praying, which is kind of not fun to imagine. Like, I'm just imagining her whenever there was a prayer, like being like, "Why am I here? I kind of don't care. Can I go do something else? Come on, I don't want to be here." I mean, I could just totally see Inca doing that. But anyways, then she again is like excited. "Oh, I cannot wait for Infant to die." And oh, I wonder which one of us is gonna die first with too. Which ended up being Inca, although to be fair, they got back. But I mean, like, she died first and came back a bit later. Funny enough. But yeah, then she disappears until the Stone Pillar arc, where she and Shinra have a Dollar Link. In that Dollar Link, Inca tells Shinra to go back in the past through it, like use his speed to go in the past. And she says, "I'm coming with you," and she like goes on top of like, and I gives her like a piggyback ride for some reason. Like I don't know why he decides to do it. Like he doesn't like Inca, but he still decides to do it, and they go in the past. They witness a few of the history, but Inca disappears, literally disappears, along while Shinra is looking at it, and that's pretty much it for Inca for a while until like the protect the Matarasu arc or whatever that arc's called. Like before, like the until like Raffles Stone statue shows up and we get like I think right after the destruction or somewhere doing that, like she appears and but she's not like doing anything. Again, she's kind of standing there. Like you can see, know she's there, but she doesn't do anything in it. And then immediately after that, they go into a dollar and she disappears for again until she reappears when she then just kind of reappears as like those pillars, those statues, or when we saw them like just kind of like being kind of those stillmates. Like she doesn't even interact like Sumera and Homea. She just kind of stands there, honestly. Then Shinra and Shu now in the final arc, or the final part of the story, Shinra and Shu come to the Netherworld and they are, and all three of the white clad ladies are there, and Inca and Sumia give their lives to Hamea to get that whole religious holy man or whatever form she got, and then we get like the whole full circle about the destruction and all that. And then again, that's all until the final moments, final few. Then we actually get stuff from her, and that's the final few chapters, like literally the final, I think four, actually, three, maybe even, like the final no few chapters, honestly, where she's like the first one who speaks is like, well, looks like everything's coming back to life. I guess we're gonna being be brought back to life depending on what Homea chooses. Uh, yeah, she chooses to come back to life, which is something thing that the appearance is more up to their choices. And then she just got like, "Hey, I'm here. Hi, Maria. I am Inca, and this is Iris. We are Shinra's girlfriends, which I'm not really sure where that goes. Honestly, it's kind of like this is where we have with all of jumps in the epilogue. Like we don't really focus on anything specifically. So yeah, Inca's there, and Shinra's like, "No, I don't wanna. Yeah, it's definitely don't wanna." And yeah, then she loses her ability, and the way we test it out is with Hamia giving her a finger flip, but yeah, nothing there. And then we basically just have her like go with Shino to the meet the rest of the age. She doesn't like do anything. She just like similar to Maria. She just kind of stands there. I guess she may say something off screen, but nothing really. And then we get like the epilogues where she, for some goddamn reason, has a lot of screen time. And yeah, in during the epilogue, it's revealed that she can like summon or like she can control somewhat the monsters that are in the new world. Like I think a Hydra was one they used as an example. And yeah, apparently the reason why she's doing that is for she not to be chasing her and similar to how she kind of wanted afterwards. But the reason why this time she wants to be chased by Shinra is because she wants a seed. Like she doesn't care about anything else. She just wants to have a baby with him. I feel like that kind of came out of nowhere, but her explanation is she wants the child of like the hero who saved the world. I guess an immortal child, which means that he might be make babies that are immortal. Not sure if that's a thing in Soul Eater. I don't think there's that many immortals in it. But in the short, she wants an immortal child. Now, she also seems to be like the originator of the whole witches in Soul Eater by the looks of it, things because of her, witchy design at the end. Well, not the very end, but and she has in the first epilogue. And yeah, she's like, I don't wanna, but she, because doesn't see the why not because you could still have babies with Iris. It's just I wanna have one, and then we actually don't have an elaboration if she does actually get that what she wants. It's just kind of ends really where she like goodbye and she leaves. I guess because for some reason Shinra, Arthur, and Excalibur and Ugon just kind of let her. which is kind of weird. You're chasing after her, but then you finally come up to her and you don't even like try to grab her. But anyways, then we get another epilogue, which is 25 years later, where she's just kind of standing there with Arthur, a little bit older. Not sure if this means that if she got what she wanted. Not sure if this means that she got the if she got the child, or if she like just kind of stopped halfway, like this kind of conflict, and she didn't was forced to join, and just kind of became part of the heroes division. It's not really clear. She's just kind of there, and that's the end. Not gonna lie, I really don't see why she got so much kind of in the ending, or why we had to focus so much on her. I really feel like we should have just had like small bits of focusing on what everyone's doing afterwards. Because let's be real here, a lot of things are really unanswered, like where a bunch of characters are, how is the world functioning now. I mean, there are some demons and demons or people with really weird shapes running around, so why the heck is there no like we don't focus on that at all? Like there are many characters who I would say are more major than Inca. Well, she's a pillar, she's major, but you know what I mean, like characters who are more interesting than Inca and who have more interesting fates, but they don't really get any elaboration. Like seriously, the last time we see Ritsu is literally like we've been brought back. Is she also a witch with Inca? Is she not? I don't really know. We don't focus at all. I guess she is, maybe. Not sure. But yeah, really not sure on why there's so much focus. So yeah, anyways, now with the overview done, let's go into Inca's power and capabilities. Inca's power is to see the future, where she can see the danger as well as see more tangible future bits, which I think is more rare and has to like have be more of a dollar connection to see, because I think that her normal vision is just like fire. Like if someone goes to punch her with fire abilities, she'll see it and dodge it. If there be a fire that will erupt, she'll see it and depending on where it is, probably go there to die. And surprisingly, she does die. But yeah, that's kind of what her powers are. As she also has like a one combat power where she like makes this like lines, which I think could be just random shape lines like this, where they get is activated, they get set on fire. Now it seems like they. Now I'm not checking sure on how they. In the first time, I think she used it when that former final first did. I think it was like she set lines around him, so she just kind of did this, and that's how he got set on fire. But the rest of the time, it just seems to be like random because it doesn't seem to be like any like specific order of things. Which honestly is just like one of those things to give her fighting capabilities, because outside of that she would be one of the weakest, because she really doesn't have anything to fight with. But yeah, that's pretty much it on her fighting. It's not like she's any skill. Like she's literally like one of those characters who has a very useful ability, but she herself is not really a danger when it comes to a battle. Like no one's gonna be freaking out if Inca is showing up and ready to battle you, which is probably the reason why it was done the way it was done when it came to the actual fights. But yeah, now her designs. I'm not really a big fan of her designs, honestly. Schoolgirl design is just like a standard schoolgirl, nothing special. Or a college girl, I don't know. She's I think 17, and whatever school that is into. Her main outfit, which is the one you see here, it's I honestly have no idea what's with the baggy clothing, because this clothing seems like it would get in a way, and I have no idea what those gloves are she has. I mean, apparently she liked them a lot, considering the fact she still has it in her witch design. Her witch design is probably like the only one that's actually properly good, but it still has like these weird like oversized pants or shorts for some reason. I really don't get what those are for. And yeah, like those are the only real problem with it, which is I feel like it should have been like a skirt or something, but or dress. But whatever, I guess it's supposed to be like easier to move in. But yeah. Her final epilogue design, we don't see much of it. It's just like the standard cloak, and I think she has even shorter hair. Yeah, she has even shorter hair in the future, as well as she has like I think on one side an earring. But again, that's like not really focused on that much. I think it's just like the back and the front half. But yeah, So now on to her personality. Inca is that crazy girl of Fire Force, like that one character is constantly crazy, and you makes you wonder what the heck if they should go to a or they should be a mental asylum if anything else, and you can like reason logically. You have to like twist words around to make more sense. So yeah, she's that basically. I mean, granted, it's not like she's over the top crazy, lustful, or anything like that. She's just crazy because she wants pain, she wants destruction, she wants it. Which honestly, considering the fact she saw the future, I do wonder what would happen if she like joined. Like, is there a what if story if Inca chose Shinra and what would go on? Just out of curiosity, because I feel like that could realistically be like she literally sees the future, kinda in the fifth pillar arc. So I do won on that point, which again makes it kind of blame, which you could kind of blame the whole fire, well, Soul Eater existing or the Great Cataclysm happening, all completely on her, considering the future, making her even more of a reason why people would hate and absolutely despise her. But yeah, Inca just kind of is the like she's the comedy, honestly. Also from the White Glad, like she's the one who make the jokes. She'll be the one who'll be like, "Oh yay, it's exciting!" Like she's more on that part. Like Tomina is also similar to that in the beginning, like which is probably why they seem to get along well. Like I mean, we don't I think see that many interactions between Tomina. In fact, I don't think we actually see interactions with them except for the very end, but it seems like the two would probably get along really well. Like Inga doing the Hajime says, "That's great work, Haumea," as we're about to die. But yeah, that seems to be kind of the thing here. With Inka, they seem to be getting along. But yeah, Inka's just a crazy, happy, and kind of selfish character. I mean, also you can kind of say she's like one of those you would like or hate characters, considering how much people hate, or some people are like, we need more Inka. But yeah, I get, as a comedy relief for the White Glass be real here, she's pretty standard, nothing all that insane. As for her relationships, with Homea we went to how they seem to be would kind of get along, even though it's not focused much. Yuna, she didn't really interact. She was just shocked by the reveal, and I would imagine she's probably the one he constantly has to say, "Please be silent while we are praying. At least I know you don't care, but come on, be realistic." Or something like that. Charon, she kind of seems to like. She doesn't seem to like absolutely hate him, but it's or like beat him up with it. But she's like, "Why are you here? You don't have to be here," or something like that. Like she doesn't seem to have that much of a like how it. Like when they were first there, like, she has no problem with him, but she like doesn't see why he has to be around them. And Ritsu, her guardian, again, Ritsu is more like her maid, her attendant that takes care of her, but it's not that much of a relationship once you really come down to it. Like, Ritsu likes it because thanks to Inka's ability to see the future, meaning that Ritsu knows where people are gonna be dead, her powers can flourish, but more than that, not. Like, they seem to be good, get along, good friends. Like, they seem to have like a very good guardian pillar relationship, but there's nothing really special about them. I honestly feel like Inca and Ritsu maybe have had more of a story in Fire Force, but then because of the way that Okubo wanted to to end Fire Force, maybe he decided to cut it. Like I feel like like maybe the reason why Inca has so much focus on is because he was going by the story where a lot of things happen, but they haven't been showing the manga. Like if Okubo comes out and makes like a data book, he reveals like there was like supposed to be an entire arc focusing on Inca and Ritsu, or like maybe there was a major connection between Inca and Ritsu, which was something to give them more attention and also kind of give more of a build up as to why Inca gets so much focus, but she doesn't. So yeah, now time to judge her as well the devil. Inca, I honestly don't think she's anything special. Like there's really nothing about her to make her as much of a character in the story. Like she's basically just a pillar, the crazy pillar that's more comedy. That's kind of it to give more energy into the whole White Clad. I mean, granted, we already have Chara, who in my opinion was good enough, as well as Homea, but I guess we need Inca was supposed to be more that childish type, even though Homea was again more childish type. Like it honestly just feels like but Akubo probably just wanted like to have a crazy girl that's also gonna have kind of like a romantic relationship with Shinra, so go by the whole hero thing where there's like one villainess who's into the heroes, but they're also enemies kind of thing, like Catwoman, Black Cat, Toga, that kind of character. But he simply didn't focus on her. But from what we've seen in the manga, I really don't have much particular emotions towards her, honestly. She doesn't really take my attention. She's not like one of those characters that has the charm to take your attention. She's just kind of there as the pillow, and she's the crazy future sight one. Nothing really. I mean, I heard that a lot of people hate her, but she's honestly just standard. In terms of flaws, I would say she goes into that what she goes into the eighth one, not the eighth one, yes, the eighth, yeah, the ninth level, where she just where I honestly just have those guys fill with whatever buildings are destroyed. Well, not buildings are destroyed. The build just the buildings that I need to torture. Like there's nothing really about her to make her rank lower to a point that myself absolutely despise them, or any higher to a point I actually like them. So yeah, she's just kind of standard. The nothing special. Honestly, the only reason I should probably be in the top 10 or 10 5 as well is probably because everyone else is just so weak. Like seriously, let's go through this quickly. Okay, Hamea, Charon, Shu, Arrow, Dragon are all easily, I would say, the best of the villains. With Giovanni also being up there, and then there's I would say where Inca starts coming from. Like outside the sixth, I would say Inca is there as well, and then we have Inca. Honestly, you might also want to put Sumeria and Yuna somewhere there, but I honestly don't. So Inca is at best the seventh one on the list, mostly by default. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you did like this Inmates of Hell series, and I hope you leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future, and also the next list of villains for the next 3 villains I'll be discussing. There's actually gonna be a question about in which order would you like those villains to go in. So if you will be interested of which villains would you want to see next, make sure to write them down in the comments. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.